I have got quite a few videoed already with resistance bands, so let's turn this down. I had all sorts of problems with Zumba this morning. Anyway, this is Pilates. So as we'll start off in our seated position, this is a bit of a pain because I have to keep coming forward and backwards with the chair. It seemed a good idea at the time. So sitting tall, lengthen through the spine, lift the crown of the head towards the ceiling, the shoulders are up, back and down. Chin's nodded, ears in line with the shoulders. And what we can do when we sit, I always like to perch on the edge of a chair. I was talking to a specialist a couple of years ago and he said, it's always good to perch because it makes you use your core muscles. If your back is painful or sore, if you're tired, by all means sit back and get the support, get the lumbar support. But if you're getting that lumbar support, those muscles are switching off and they're not being used. So really, you are better off perching at the edge of the chair. So now we're sitting tall instead of standing tall. Same things apply. So lifting the crown, head towards the ceiling. Yeah, shoulders back and down. I'm sure I've said that already. So my tendency is to arch. That is my natural tendency. So I'm even now having to tell myself. But sometimes you just tuck under that tailbone and then tilt the pelvis forward and back to get movement into that back. Some of us got quite stiff backs, and that might be why they're sore. We just don't want to be sat like that all day. It might feel comfy, but so just to loosen through the lower back, just to release that lower back, we can do a delicious slouch from time to time. But then again, we want to come back to a sitting tall. All the normal setup applies, breathing in. As you breathe out, draw your navel away from your hand. Make a gap between your hand and your navel, but not just through the front, all the way around. Bring it around, putting it up on the pelvic floor. Back passage, front passage. Brace the upper abdominals. 100% contraction. If I were to poke you in the stomach, I'd break my finger. And then release halfway. Release halfway. So these are our postural muscles that keep us upright. Just hold it all in just that little bit. What I love about when we're in the chair is the fact it keeps our hips fixed. So we can't cheat. I see all sorts of cheats when I'm teaching. Not that we do it intentionally, the body will always take its shortcut. So you're bending down to pick up your fiver. I might have to put my trainers on as well, my feet are a bit cold. Everybody go, ah, to go, ah. I know, someone was trying to teach me sign language the other day. You can then lift one arm. I needed to come here because I knew the internet's really good here. My second option was going to be the Baptist. Even at Yo Valley, it's very intermittently downstairs. It's like that, do it in the canteen, I'm not going to do that. So can you feel that as you do your side bend, your core muscles stop you from falling off the chair? Let's lift the other arm. So we're going to add a bit more weight. If your back is sore, if your shoulders are sore, keep your hands by your side. Got a couple of Mr. and Mrs. today, which is nice. A couple of couples. It just looks cool. I can't see you very well because I normally link you to my screen. You can buy an HDMI device and attach your device to the screen so you can see me better. Or not just me, anything. Now hold on to the chair and that becomes a stretch for your waist. And you're still making the spine bend sideways, just what it needs to do. It needs to be able to move in all directions. It needs to be supple, but we need to have the muscles strong. So there, that becomes a stretch, pretty gorgeous. So what did you do today in Pilates? We spent 10 hours doing side bends. I am going to have to put my socks on. But just enjoy that. Something lovely about that. Just lift the shoulders. Now, Cordial's got her Christmas tree out, so you all have to have your Christmas tree out next week and wear your Christmas outfit, or at least tinsel. Have your hands across your chest. We can rotate the body. So that'll be the last one before Christmas. So back to like the normal schedule. And start back in January. I don't think that we're going to be back in village halls. I don't think we're going to be back. We were just about allowed to do personal training in the gym. We got last minute approval late last night. The government they weren't going to let us do personal training in gyms. So I wouldn't be surprised if it's more in January, February. Let's see what the vaccine's out now as well, isn't it? Woo-hoo. Hands on your shoulders, elbows back, and rotate. Good. So you can, but I love doing rotation sat down because it makes you keep your bottom fit. It makes your pelvis stay fixed, and you get that lovely rotation through the body. Good. And it's good for our spines to rotate. A lot of people get lower back problems because of the upper back stiffness. Place your fists on your knees, tuck in the chin, and roll down. When I'm at home, I've got some really nice high back chairs. You've probably seen them now. This one's not too bad. So just to show you from the side, I can sit back. If you've got a high back chair, sit back in it. Tuck in the chin, roll down through. Let the lower back touch the back of the chair, and then your back can roll up the chair, like we do sometimes when we're standing. We stand against the wall and do roll downs. Tuck in the chin. So next to it, there's no equipment apart from your tinsel. You can bring a spiky ball actually if you want to, just for a little bit of. We'll do a bit of massage as well, just because we like it. Tuck in the chin, she says. No equipment, but bring a spiky ball. So that's testing your flexibility. You might have to have the knees wider. Just do a couple more of those and I'll just put my shoes and socks on. So it's one of my biomechanics tests. Again, if any pain, discomfort, just stop the exercise and just let me know. Lovely. So from here then, we've warmed up the spine. We can then sit on the edge of your chair and we can stand. Think about your posture. When I've got the stick, to classes sometimes I hold the stick against your back and we hinge forward from the hip. So you're perched on the edge of your chair, you're hinging forward from the hip, keeping that back in line. We would then stand up, but make sure the chair's there before you sit down. Well, after I had my back operation, that still was too painful, so I then had to put my foot behind, so I had my weight central here, which is where that split squat comes from. So for you guys, a lot of older people haven't got the strength, apart from Sally's auntie who's like 90 odd, because still running up and down stairs. But a lot of older people haven't got the strength to get up out of their chair, armchair, without pushing off with their arms. So we're going to avoid that. You're young and gorgeous. Let's get you strong before that happens. But because you're so young and gorgeous, your test, single leg. Just keep alternating from one to the other. So you might feel that you're better one side than the other. If you want to make that stronger, straighten out that leg and lift. Right. Good. If that's too difficult for this, you can stand up with two legs and then sit down on one. Try that. So stand up on two and get your strength up that way. Well done. Make sure you've done the same. And your challenge would be to have a chair that's smaller. If you want more help, you'd have a tool like a stool. Make sure you've done the same both sides. We can then stay standing and we can do our single leg squat. Toe down if you need to. So it's, ready, so it's 10. Hold on to the chair if you want to. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Can we go lower? Actually, I don't think I've done a seated Pilates video, so I'll put this on YouTube as well. How low can you go? 5, 4, 3, 2. As an experiment, how low can you go with that leg forward? So that's a pistol squat. So it's 10, 9, 8, 7. Beth, can you do it? 6, 5, 4, 3. Because some people go right down to here. Rest it there. That just popped into my mind. You're the only class to have done that. Let's do the other one. So the other leg. Interesting how you're stronger one side than the other. So single leg squat. Ready? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Push the weight into your bottoms. 5, 4, 3, 2. Is my worst side. Pistol squat. How low can you go? Ready? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest it. That's really challenging one, that one. So our stretch then would be, and just while we're here, we can do our 4 sign stretching. Just a reminder, anytime we're sat in the chair, you can gently push your knee into your hand. If you get issues with piriformis, pain around the hips, this can help. I can give you another option, because sometimes that might aggravate it. Piriformis can get tight. It can clamp down on the sciatic nerve. 20%, 20 seconds, 4 times a day. I'm trying not to talk quickly. I realise I'm going more hyped up at the moment. Let's do the other leg. Ankle across the knee. Gently push the knee into your hand. I just want to give you that just a quick refresher, because there's so many exercises we can do with the band. It's so exciting. And that would, people, if you're not sure about this one, email me and I can send you the diagrams if you feel like it's going to be really beneficial. Another one we can do, it's great because we're sat down, there's things that you can do when you're having your breakfast, lunch, tea, watching television in the evening. I haven't even got a telly. Tony Hucker hasn't got a telly either. He's got no television, he's got a local TV, he's got no TVs to sell. Push that foot leg into the hand. How can that be? How can you be a television shop if you haven't got a TV to sell? I thought you'll sort me out. Netflix on my laptop tonight, guys. Then we might even read a book, that'd be a novelty. Push the knee up into your hand. So that's another way, that people get sacroiliac joint problems, this can help with that. Well done. Change to the side. This is your leg press. This one particularly is good for people with low back problems. So a bit of my biomechanics has crept its way in. But these are all exercises to release the muscles around the hip. Gently push the knee into your hand. Good. Let's do some, so from here actually, let's sit back in the chair, let's do the slumps, because I'm going to have this all on record now, so it'll be great for people that want to look at the biomechanics. Straighten out that leg, come into slump. So from here, keep that foot towards you, tucking the chin, roll down, lean forward slightly so you feel that tightness, tension or tingle in the leg. And you can point and flex your foot to floss the nerve from there. So you might find that beneficial, or keep that foot towards you and go in and out of slump. I've got loads of email, I've got lots of admin to catch up on tonight actually. So that's another way of flossing that neuron, that nerve, the sciatic nerve. We've freed it up by doing our releases. We can then, our third alternative is to bend and straighten that leg. It depends on which one you feel is the most beneficial. Some of you might need to slump more than others to get that tingle, or not tingle, tightness. Let's change to the leg. I'll show you from the side. That leg is straight. So you need quite a big chair really, or something to sit on. Tucking the chin, roll down through, come to a point of tightness, tension or tingle. Some of you might have to go quite low. Hold on to the chair if you've got to support your back. Point and flex your foot, so you're flossing the nerve used from the foot. We're trying to make sure it's not tethered anywhere along its length. So the sciatic nerve goes from the foot right through the leg, right up to the top of the head. Hold that foot towards you, go in and out of slump. So for me, this one's the most beneficial. You might be different. Hold that position, we can point and we can bend at the knee. Good. So these are all ways to free up the nervous system. Good. I might just come a bit closer so you can see. So from here now, we can then go into our arm exercises. We can go, let's do the big exercises first. Let's do press-ups. So you can do press-ups against the wall. We've got the chair, so let's use the chair. And what I've been working on this week with people is saying, well, we can use a chair because it makes it easier than press-ups on the floor. So you can do your press-ups, hold on to the chair, but have your body in a straight line. But have a look, I'm going to bring my chest, ideally, I'm looking for depth. Those of you that are stronger can go on the floor, but we're looking for depth now with our push-ups. Or you can have your feet up on the chair, so British utility don't mind. For those that want to work it harder. 20 push-ups there then, please. Keeping your body in a straight line, don't let the backs dip. But we're looking for depth. If you can manage full depth, if you can get your chest to the floor. Somebody said it's because my boobs are too small. Should I have flat chest? I can't. But keeping the body in a straight line. Lovely, David. Stomach tight, tight, tight. Don't let the back dip. Don't let the head dip. It's all a bit of don't do this, don't do that, but please brace the abdominals, and you have to start from somewhere. The press-ups are really good functional exercise. We need to be able to get up off the floor when we're 95, so you'll thank me. The wrists hate it, but it's good for us. It's good for us to strengthen these bones. So one of the major fracture sites, the wrist, as we get older. Women at 50 probably got some kind of osteopenia or osteoporosis already. You don't know you've got it until you've had a fall or a break. So keep going with your calcium, especially vitamin D, good against COVID. So we need that strength. So we need to do strength work like this. Ideally, Pilates, dig out your videos. Try and do Pilates 3 times a week, even if it's just half an hour. Stretch through the chest. Once a week is still good. Ideally, 2 to 3 times a week. Stretch the chest. Horrible, aren't they, press-ups? But they're so good for us. A bit like horrible medicine. We've done a push. Now we need to do a pull. Yeah. Take your band. So with people with their TheraBands, make sure you take your trainers off because it can cut the trainers. I just found my keys in that bag. I would have been looking for my keys later on, thinking, where are my keys? If you've got the loop bands, use 2 of them if you want to work harder. I just feel like I'm shattered after moving furniture. What we can do is place the band around your feet, place it around the front of the feet, I don't know if you can see, and then I tend to go up through the middle. Yeah. If you've got the wider bands, well, you might want to double, I would double that up, Lena. So if you've got the TheraBands, Lena. If you've got a TheraBand, I would double it up, make it harder, because the lats are big, strong muscles. You might see how you get on. So if you're sitting tall, brace the abdominals, and we're going to row. Forceful breath. Breathing out, pelvic floor. Good. Don't forget to have those shoulder blades pulled back. Guys, let's just take a minute out for a minute. Hold the bands close to your feet and just pull the shoulder blades back. Do you know, as if you're against the wall and you bring the shoulders back, or you bring the shoulders away from the wall and then you bring them towards the wall? It's that action I'm looking for. It's such a beneficial one for us. Your scapular retraction in the horizontal plane. Drop that into conversation. And that's really good with a stronger band. We can then go back into row again. Lecture over. Good. If the shoulders don't like it, you can always do a bicep grip. If you want to make that one harder, hold both the bands in your right leg. Right leg. Show me how you're going to hold your bands in your right leg. That'd be interesting. I'm going to hold my handles now. Let's do 10 on the right, 10 on the left. We can add rotation to this. If you want to make that one harder, you can. As you rotate, look back at your elbow. Yes, Elena, you can hold both those, the ends of your bands, yes, and rotate, looking back at your elbow, rotate the upper body. When you've done your 10 on that side, always do a few extra. You think, oh, 10's not enough, Lynn Joyner. You can do a few more. You can then change to the other side when you've done your 10. It's so good for these waistband muscles, your obliques, rotation muscles. Good. So that's a nice opposite to the, we worked the chest just now, and now we've worked the upper back muscles. Lovely, good. Now what we can do now is go back to legs. I would take the thinner band, hopefully your band's long enough. You have diverted away from the chair, but I wanted to use this. You can hold on to the chair if you need to for balance. So I'm going to place the band underneath my right foot. I'll come with you. Bring that other leg behind, which I'll show you from this side. Clench the buttock, tuck that tailbone under so you're engaging the stomach muscles at the same time and the glutes. And we're going to do a shoulder raise. Actually, no, we're not. Wait, let's do lunges first. Bring that back knee down towards the floor. 10, 9, 8. If your knee's sore, push it back. Come back into the glutes a bit more. That's 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold it down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's do shoulder raise. If you want to rest, you can sit on the band and do shoulder raise like that. So 10. So do 10 of those for me, please. So you could do your shoulder raise here if you think that's too much, Lynn. Do that. When you've done your 10, if the band's too loose, hold the band itself. For some of you, it's too loose, it's too easy. So we don't want to get any shoulder height in the shoulders. When you finish, just nod at me vigorously, or just wave. Then just try lifting one arm at a time. Brace the abdominals and just see the difference it makes to the core. And then lift forward. Forceful breath. One to the side. Change the angle. If that makes your shoulders sore, find the angle it can cope with. These shoulder raises to the side are one of the best ones for shoulders. I went on a shoulder course all weekend, and he said this one's the best one. Then we do both to the side, both to the front, both to the side, both to the front, and then do it back to see how lovely that feels. Yeah. Hand behind the back, tilt the head. It can go into the neck a little bit. These neck muscles here, fast twitch. And then look from side to side. Well done. Change to the leg. So I've got my left leg forward now. Bring the other leg behind, tucking that tailbone under, clench the buttock. Ready? I can't even see if you're ready or not, so you're going to have to just wave at me frantically if there's any issues. Ready? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Shoulder raise. Ready? 10. Hold on to the band if it's too easy. There's 8. No high in the shoulders. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then do one of each. Just feel, brace the stomach muscles, how that transfers through the core muscles, and then do forward, We can do one of each, one to the side, one to the side, one forward, one forward, one to the side, and then both, and then without. That should feel lovely. Hands behind your back, tilt the head from side to side, and then look from side to side. Good, shake out. Let's go back to legs again. I would double up your band, or use, if you've got the thin bands, use both of them. So this is an interesting concept. I was shown this as a teaching way of teaching. If you, all the time we talk about our hip hinge, we're going to do a deadlift type action where we hinge at the hip. If you keep the back in line, trace your hands, bend your knees slightly, trace your hands down, then just have your hands on your knees. And that gives you the idea of where the knees should be. So you can almost trace down your shins, but keeping the back straight. Have a look at your back if you can see yourself in the screen. I don't know if you've pinned me, but have a look at your back. And actually, when we do a deadlift action with the weights, we always have it close to our shins. So it's a really good way of keeping this. What I'm trying to get through to people is not to bend the knees too much. And then come up to upright position. So trace almost if you're going to shave your legs. So then with the band, so shoulder blades are back, it's the same action. So you can run your thumb, but only to the point where your back, ideally your back is parallel to the floor. Clench the buttocks. So Denise, so when we do our weightlifting with the deadlift, this is what you're doing, but you do it really well. But do you remember we want that kind of gorilla back? So that's why I think it's quite handy, just have your hands here, just to kind of, if you want to recap, put your hands on your knees and just let your back dip a slight amount. And that's where your back really should stay in neutral spine. We want it to stay in line, but for some people, they will naturally round there. That's under debate as well at the moment. So David, run your hands up and down your shins, darling. And then come up to standing, and then come up to standing. So shins, and then all the way up your thighs. That's it. So down, yeah, that's good. All the way down your thighs. So let your thumb go down the thigh and down your shins. Put your hands down to your ankles. Touch your ankles. Down to your ankles then, David. He's cheating. Sorry, I shouldn't name and shame. He's found a way through that. I thought I'd been really clever with those teaching points. So hardly bend your knees at all, though. Hardly bend your knees at all. But come up to standing, because this is glute, rather than rowing action, this is a back action. So rather than pull, are you okay? Yeah, it can come into lower back. Rest it there. Well done, we'll give that one a rest. So again, if you need to do a roll down to rest from there, that's fine. Let's go back to arms again. So you can do this one seated. I like to use the bands with the handles for this one, just for comfort. TheraBand's absolutely fine. So seated, we can do our bicep curl. Breathe out, brace your abdominals, pelvic floor as you do your basic bicep curl. And I should see your muscles disappear underneath your shirts. If I could see you. In class, I could see you. We can then stand and do your bicep curls. I find it more comfortable. That's my own personal preference. If you think, Lynn, you said to me we can do seated Pilates, I'm going to sit down and do them, that's absolutely fine. It's just because of these bands with the handles, they're much more comfortable. A lot of you have bought new ones from me and they will be super stiff, harder than usual. So we go halfway up, all the way down. Halfway up, all the way down. Halfway up, all the way down. halfway up. Lift the pelvic floor at the same time. Lift eyebrows. Eyebrows have got magical qualities. You won't see it in any anatomy book, but all the way to the top, halfway down. All the way to the top, halfway down. All the way to the top, halfway down. All the way to the top. And hold it at the halfway point, ready? So 10, 9, 8. Go wide if you want to make it harder. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. And again. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 3, 5. Abdominals at the same time. 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, rest it there. Give me thumbs up. Take the arms back. Breathe in. Thumbs down. I've got to say it. I can't not. What do we think of it so far? Rubbish. What we can do is, again, floss the nerve. Normally we do our pec minor release. I won't do that today, but if you want details of that, you can. Pushing down on the hands. I'll come closer so you can see. So I've got both hands down, but I'm standing upright. And I'm going to turn one hand outwards. So keeping the arms straight, but keep both shoulders down. The temptation is to lean. Both shoulders stay down, and that hand can come in and out of tightness or tension or tingle. So this median nerve can get trapped in the pec minor. It can cause all sorts of issues with carpal tunnel syndrome. If you're not feeling that, tilt the head. See the difference it makes. Or you can hold that position and go in and out of tingle there. That's my position. Yours might be different. Shrug the shoulders, that should take it away. Other side, push down. Rotate that hand outwards. Tilt the first of all, just find a point of tightness, tension or tingle. Keep both shoulders down. We can then tilt the head, going out tingle that way. So you're flossing that nerve through where it comes out from the neck, the part of the spine, obviously, extension of the spine. It's like having, like the mittens with a string through them. It's that kind of effect of flossing there. Circle the shoulders, and that can help with RSI and so on. Shake out the hands. Good. Now we've done a bicep curl. Now we need to do triceps. We did 3 lots last week. This is the easiest way. If you've got issues with wrists and so on, your easier option will be what we did last week with Elastic Fantastic. It's just to push back here. But I think the best way of doing triceps, quick and easy, is to have your hands on your chair. Again, it's a good functional exercise. If your shoulders don't like it, go back to using the band. Push out of the shoulders, come forward into your tricep dip there. In the news once, there's a lady who couldn't get out of the bath. So during lockdown 1, I showed myself doing some tricep dips in the bath. Yeah. I think you should be able to find it on YouTube. Well done. But that's a great weight-bearing exercise. Push out. All the way down, halfway up. 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 Hold it down at 90 degrees. 10, 9, 8. Can you feel the burn? 7, 6, 5. You can rest at any time. I've waited to the end of the class to say it. 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest it there. Yes. Still hard, Denise, isn't it? Despite the Hindu push-ups. Stretch here. Other side. Good. Circle the shoulders. Tilt the head from side to side. So we've worked biceps, triceps. Another functional exercise is to go upwards. So I would take the thinner band. The TheraBand's absolutely fine. You sit on the band. So again, it's up to you how tight you make that band. Completely up to you. That's it. Again, find your good posture, breathing out to lift. Here. So people with sore shoulders, you might just want to just lift it a little bit. Or you might want to come forward a little bit. Forceful breath. That's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Try one arm at a time. 10. See how it transfers down the body. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then just do it out. Hold on to the chair, tilt the head from side to side, release from there. So we did a pushing up one, now we need to do a pulling down. Again, these are so good, all the pulling ones, all the rows are good for our shoulders as well. So shoulder raise is good, any kind of row is really good for our shoulders. So this one, we're going to pretend we are a lat pull down machine. I actually zoomed it from the gym on Monday because of internet. And I could actually show them the lat pull down machine for those not familiar with it. Ideally, your hands are pointing up towards the ceiling. And I'll show you closer to the camera. So I've got my hand up towards the ceiling, but hold your bands close. Have your hands close to each other because you want it to be, the lats are really strong. Guys, hold it quite close because what the action is that arm is doing all the work. Of course, to some extent, the other arm is also working, but draw those elbows down into your waist, forceful breath, and look to where you're shooting. 20 on the right, 20 on the left. A few extra if you wish. So make that, so some of you can make that harder. Beth, make that shorter, please. That's bossy, wasn't it? I keep hearing myself being really bossy. So bring the elbow right down as well then, Janet. I've got to name and shame you, haven't I? Otherwise I need to do a secret signal. It looks fantastic. Wow. Nice to see Denise and Michael using the same arm. And so is Vicky and David. I can't tell you what joy that brings to my heart. 20 on the right and then 20 on the left. So same the other side. So putting down that elbow into waist. What you're really doing is pulling the lats are pulling down on the shoulder blade. Again, still try and keep the shoulder blades down, back and down as always. Yeah, it looks amazing. So some of your lat pull down machines have drooped a bit. You want to shoot up to the sky. Yes, Beth. It does get the neck a little bit. Try and pull down those shoulder blades. I thought your mum was going to join in as well today. No. She's done Zumba, that was enough. It's warming up in here now, it's lovely. Good. So again, when you finish, hands by your side, tilt the head from side to side. Yes, but don't let me rush you if you're still working. Carry on working. Hold on to the chair and then look from side to side. Tilt the head to one side, let the chin roll round and back the other way. We've got a real treat coming up. It's not chocolate, but it's not an enjoying treat, it's a proper treat. So we're going to lie on our back with our feet up on the chair or sofa, if that's all right. Take your trainers off. So this is so lovely for the back. So lying on your back. I've actually brought a lighter coloured mat. I did bring a pink one and I forgot I've got pink leggings on. You have your legs up on the chair. So you might need a towel underneath your head. I'm going to lie down and have a snooze. Actually, I will put the pink one underneath. Enjoy that rest. It was just really restful for the lower back. Any time if you've been on your feet all day, if you're just tired, I think the yogis will put their legs up against the wall even, so they actually have the whole of the leg against the wall, so that your bottom would be here and your leg would be up against the wall there. Just lie, rest, enjoy that snooze. But I would bring the chair right in, so your legs at 90 degrees. Bring the chair, it's just something beautiful. It will make your back rest. Is that too tall for you then, Beth? Can you bend your knees? So just enjoy that, just that time out. You realise this is for my benefit, don't you? Enjoy it. Inhale. Place your hands on the rib cage. Inhale deeply. Exhale. Inhale deeply. Feel the rib cage expand through the front. Feel it expand through the side. Exhale. Inhale deeply. And feel the back expand into the mat. Do you know what? I might actually buy myself a new mat for Christmas as a treat after 20 years. Good. So from that position then, we can place your hands on your hip bones, place the fingers deep inside, prod deep into the flesh, brace the pelvic, before, engage pelvic floor, feel the thickening just from engaging pelvic floor, then brace the abdominals, and lift the foot about a millimetre from the chair and back down. Brace, brace. Good, good. We can bring, brace, bring right leg to tabletop, left leg to tabletop, left leg goes down, and then the right. Left leg to tabletop, right leg to tabletop. So can you feel those deeper muscles switching on, which I love the more subtle aspects of Pilates, and this still works. We normally do this with the feet on the floor, brace, brace, but I should see no shift between your ribs and your hips. So if you had your thumbs on your ribs, your fingers on your hips, brace, brace, and that's where you want the contraction to be. That's where all the stomach muscles are working like mad to keep that distance the same. Try not to flare the ribs to help to engage the muscles, stomach muscles more. Left leg to tabletop, right leg to tabletop. Right leg goes down, and then the left. Good. Right leg to tabletop, left leg to tabletop. From here, reverse curl. Bring the hips towards your ribs. So those stomach muscles linking the ribs and the hips, we're bringing the hips towards the ribs, using the lower part of the abdominals. It's the lower part of your six pack. A little bit of the obliques. Breathing out, pelvic floor. Tilt the legs as far as you can using the pelvis. So from here, ready, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold it there. So we can keep it there and then do upper body, breathing out to lift, breathing in to return. If you want to rest your leg and just do upper body, please do. Put your feet on the chair. Place your hand on your navel, above and below. Are you holding in? Check for any separation. Make sure there's no doming. Forceful breath. Stay high. Ready? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Both together. 10 if you wish. We'll do one or the other, or rest, of course. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Have a quick rest. I'm just going to do some single leg stretches. Let's get the chairs out of the way. You just might need to whiz around, do a quick break dance. And what we can do is single leg stretch. So we can either hold the leg into single leg stretch. What you can do is push your outer thigh into your hand. Yeah. What you can do, upper body raises, push your knee into your hand now. Feel how that makes the stomach muscles work more. Push your knee into your hand, or push your hand into your knee, or both together. Feel how that makes you work harder. That's 4, 3, 2, 1. Big stretch, hands as far away from your feet as you can. Could you feel that? I feel like it works the stomach muscles more. My new favourite, you know that's going to come every week now, don't you? So we've been curled up in a little ball, we've worked the front of the muscles. Let's work, especially for people if you've been on Zoom all day, been sat down a lot apart from your job. Just bring the feet together, feet towards your bottom, feet to knees are hip width apart. Tuck your tailbone under, come up into shoulder bridge. And then roll down through the spine bone by bone, lower back touch the mat before your bottom touches down. Lifting up. And then roll down through the spine. Good. Clench button, tuck your tailbone under. Now, because we've got the sofa or the chair, if you had a Swiss ball, this would be great as well. You can put your feet up on the chair and lift up here and roll down through. So for some of you, the back of your knees may not like it. See how you feel, Janet? And some of you, your backs may not like it. Go back to having your feet on the floor if you prefer. And you can still come through the spine, bone by bone. This makes it more of a glute exercise rather than hamstrings. Clench the buttocks there. Stay high. We can pulse it. 10, 9, 8. Single leg if you want to. 7, 6. I'm going to go to single leg anyway. 5, 4, 3, 2. Have that leg high. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Other side. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest there. Bring the legs in, circle the knees, massage that lower back. And then back the other way. Lovely. Holding these chest, hip flexor stretch here. Change of the leg. Nice hip flexor stretch there. I think we're going to run out of time to do the one we normally do at the end. Let's take your TheraBand. If you've only got the thin ones, that's fine. So for this one, I just find the TheraBands the most comfortable. We're going to do clams. So if anybody with piriformis issues may not want to do that, you might want to have the legs straight, do straightforward abduction. You can tie up your knees. I normally would do twice, and just today I'm just going to feel a bit fragile. Say ah. But yeah, so normally I would double up the band. But I'll leave that to you, how hard you want to work. If you've got the loops are great. 2 or 3, Beth. We're going to play with this one. So for some of you might feel clams make your hips feel worse, or they might aggravate your muscles. See how you feel. In that case, again, don't use a band or stop. I'm going to give a few variations, but it is a hip strengthener. We do need to strengthen these hip muscles. Have the foot in line with your bottom, in line with your back. Lift that lowest rib of your rib cage. I've got all black on today, I can't even take that off. So I've got my legs at 45 degrees to my body, lifting the top knee. So if you get piriformis issues, don't do the rotation. Keep the legs parallel or have the legs straight. Ready? To top knee. 10, 9, 8. I'm going to whiz you through this because the time's getting on. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold it high. Pulse it. 10. Or lift the lower foot if you want to. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now have the knee and the ankle at the same height. Pulse that one. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the legs forward to 90 degrees. So that 90 degrees shape here. Contrast and compare. So we're going to do all that again. Top knee lifting. So this is most beneficial for me. Fell over during the summer and pulled the muscle there and it's still healing. But this is really, I can feel it working, which is great. But this isn't about me, this is about you. Lift that lower foot. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Again, stop at any time. Now the legs parallel. So this works the pelvic floor on the inside, the obturator internus, which keeps the hammock of your pelvic floor. It's like the poles that keep it high. These help you from the inside out. Give it a slap, give it a rub. Let's come to the other side. We almost need to do the 4 sign again to release. I'm going to whiz you through it. Feet, bottom, back are in line. Lift that lowest rib of the rib cage. Lifting that with feet together. Someone's still tying up the bands. Come undone. I'll go slowly. Ready, top leg. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Keep that knee high. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. I forgot to lift that lower foot, didn't I? Let's keep the top leg high. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lovely. Now bring the legs forward at 90 degrees. Lift that lowest rib of the rib cage. Just lift the top knee. 10, 9. See how it plays and works different parts of the body. 9, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift that lower leg. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Legs parallel. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Give it a slap. Give it a rub. Good. Untie yourselves. We're going to come back to the chair. And we'll whiz through this bit. I can't not do this on the chair just because it's too much of a good opportunity and this chair is really comfortable. I'll whiz you through some back extensions, the opposite to doing our curl-ups. If it makes your back painful or sore, don't lift so high. I gave you no time then, did I? Inhale. Feel the ribcage expand there. The next level, breathing first. Come up to your full swan dive. Stay at the level that suits you. We can then go into dart. Lifting the shoulders first, lifting the head, lifting the chest. Lift the legs if you wish to work harder. Clench the buttocks, don't worry about lifting high. Think about lengthening through from the top of your head, down through to your toes. Hands in the, by your ears, make it harder. What we have been doing this week is breaststroke arms. So hands in a W position, lift up, dive your hands forward, and the arms come round. Back down. We can then use the arms and the legs, dive forward. As the arms come out, the legs come out, into your breaststroke, arms and legs. Lift, dive. You can stay high and carry on swimming. Quite like that. But on the chair, I can't not do this. There's too good an opportunity to miss, especially because I'm recording it as well. It's on the chair, and you would do this on a Swiss ball. You could do your back extensions here. You can do opposite arm, opposite leg on the chair. You could do your back extensions on the chair. And you do your breaststroke arms. How great is that? I just couldn't not do it. Oh, Beth, you have to show us some of your synchronized swimming techniques. So she's doing the whole bend the knee thing. I was doing the whole Pilates. Yes. Oh, I should record you, Beth. we have an expert in our midst. Well done. Thank you for bearing with me there. It's a bit of fun. Let's come and sit back on the chair then. Let's stretch you out. So know the class has done that. Don't tell them. Do your roll down. If you want to put a sign there. Oh, I thought some people have been using a Blackboard, they've been using a screen to send signs to me. Let's do a roll down there. And then restack, sit tall. Roll down through. You can then sit and perch at the edge of the chair. So I love the chair for stretching here. Let's come a bit further away so you can see. And hinge forward from the hip. We've already freed our muscles around the hips. We've flossed the nerves, so that should ideally be more flexible than usual. Change the other leg. Point your flex your foot there. We can then perch on the chair for our hip flexor stretch. Tuck that tailbone under. If you want to go down to the floor, you can, of course. Change to the side. I've whisked you through these, so I apologise that I took the tailbone under. I feel like I've apologised all morning. Nightmare in Zumba this morning. Coming down. You can then do inner thigh stretch, which I don't think you probably do enough of. I found myself crossing my legs the other day, doing that whole sat like that. I thought that's why we're tight, because this is always crossed here, and it's so comfortable, isn't it? So I'm still find myself doing it all these years. Been a Pilates teacher, so I just kind of transfer what we do to our everyday life. Well done, good. Circle the shoulders, circle the wrists, circle the ankles. So anytime you're sat down, think about your posture. Anytime you're about sore, we can do all these lovely seated mobilization exercises. So yeah, if you can't get to the gym, you can use your chair. Well done, guys. Enjoy the rest of the day. Think about your posture through the rest of the day, the week, the rest of your life. Any questions, feedback, let me know. So no equipment next week, but you can bring a spiky ball if you want. If you want to stay stay on, you're welcome. Let me just stop the recording.
I love this class. When will